Rồi xe coi trong ngầm bàn.
Anh Thư, Hồng Nhiên, hello everyone. Tâm An đang có mặt ở cái buổi một cái đơn vị gọi là visual art, tức là họ đang tưởng niệm Thiên An Môn và vinh danh những người họ đấu tranh cho nhân quyền ở trong nhà tù của Cộng sản. Trong đó có 2 tổ chức và 5 cá nhân. Thì một trong 2 tổ chức đó họ đang chờ người đó. Một trong 2 tổ chức đó là họ vinh danh Mạng Lưới Nhân Quyền Việt Nam của chúng ta, mà anh Tùng Nguyễn hiện đang là người điều hành cái mạng lưới này. Rồi đi kẹt xe quá chừng luôn, nhưng mà cũng tới bây giờ người ta cũng chưa có start. Hello anh Việt Cộng là xuất vật. Ba người đang ở trong tù thì có vợ của họ đến tham dự.
Right now we are waiting actually for our performer, so we will just eat first. Okay? We will kind of change our schedule a little bit. We'll wait for our performer to come, and then we'll just start the dinner. 廚房唔該你起菜，唔該廚房起菜。Tell the restaurant to start the food right now. In the meantime, I'd like to recognize some people who are here tonight, and we really want to thank you for being here. First, I'd like to introduce Lam Minh Kay. He's standing over there. He's one of the Hong Kong bookseller who was kidnapped and was put in prison for 8 months, of which 5 was in solitary confinement. And I'd like to introduce the wife of Mr. Zhang Tengyong, and her name is Jin Yan Ling. Mrs. Ling, Miss Ling. She and her daughter are here tonight, and I'd like to introduce her daughter. And it is really with the help of the United States Department, and that they were able to come to the United States because the Thai government and the Chinese government were at the airport with 3 countries trying to grab them to their side. Oh, that's sorry, I got mixed up. She's the Shenyang's.
Tổ chức này là của Mỹ, không phải là của Tàu.
That's it. They are not the. Wait a minute. Yeah. Why don't you come and tell? I get all the Chinese names all confused.
Okay, let's introduce Wang Yanfang. She is the wife of lawyer Xie Yang. She is the wife of Tang Jingmin, attorney who is awarded tonight. And I'm trying to introduce Miss Chen Guiqiu, who is the wife of attorney Xie Yang.
We already introduced them? Okay. So we have the three wives of the human rights lawyers here with us. They actually just finished testifying in Congress last week. And we were very happy that the United States State Department is taking this issue of the human rights lawyers in China very seriously. As a matter of fact, Mr. Let's see. Mr. Lam Wing-Ki, he testified 2 weeks ago at the United States Congress, and actually after he finished testifying, Senator Marco Rubio actually told him that should there is any kind of repercussions against him when he returns back to China, that the commissioners in the Congress will consider that as a personal issue against the members of the Congress. Not only did he say that publicly during the testimony, after it's finished, Marco Rubio personally told me to translate it to Mr. Lam and said the same thing again. And on top of that, as we were leaving the Congress, the deputy of Senator Marco Rubio chased after us and repeated that guarantee. We are very happy, and we are very happy that this is issue of people being kidnapped into China and is taken very seriously by our State Department at this time. We'd like to also introduce Dr. Perry Link. Perry Link has been the editor of the Tiananmen Papers. He is a specialist on Chinese literature, and he has written many books about Chinese, and he is really one of the most honored and most respected Chinese scholar in the United States. And he speaks fluent Mandarin, and I'm so ashamed to say that I can't even speak Mandarin as well as he does. And we like to also introduce, I don't know, from let's see, from Penn Center. I am not sure if they are here with us yet. Penn Center. Okay, like to introduce yourself, because we didn't get your name when you came.
Hello, my name is Libby Flores, and I work for Penn Center USA. I'm the director of literary programs there.
And I'm Charles Day. I'm the director of marketing there.
We're very proud to be co-sponsors.
We are so grateful that they are co-sponsoring this event. As you know, Penn Center is a group that is of writers and poets and dramatists who do write, and they support the freedom to write. And we have also, I'd like to introduce our interpreter for the evening, our attorney Jin San. Jin, he's over there, and also Rocky Zhang, Rocky over there. And we are really grateful that they are going to interpret for us. And let's see, I think we have most of the people that here tonight, and I'd like to start the dinner when the dinner is ready. 廚房可以出菜未 ？Yeah, they are. 廚房出菜 ？Yeah. Okay. In the meantime, for the sake of us, because we have a very long program tonight, we have a very special treat for you. The daughter of Miss Tang.
Let's introduce the daughter of Attorney Chang Luoyang, Rach Chang, please. Attorney Chang is a famous Chinese civil rights attorney.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come here to commemorate the Tiananmen Square protests and celebrate champions of human rights around the world. As you all know, on April 15th in 1989, for several months, as many as 1 million protested in and around Beijing's Tiananmen Square, while protests erupted in 40 cities around the country of China. They were protesting the oppression of the communist government in China. It was a moment of time when students felt free to express themselves and hope for change. On June 4th of that same year, the government responded with violence, killing hundreds to thousands of protesters. The blatant brutality spurred reactions around the world. To this day, however, the Chinese government continues to cover up the massacre, and most people in China do not even know it happened. For this reason, the Visual Artists Guild and other human rights organizations have been commemorating these protesters who lost their lives in pursuit of basic human rights for some 28 years. As human rights activists, we do this because we care, and we do this because we have to care. If not, we allow history to repeat itself, and the victors to rewrite this history. In this case, the Chinese government has become a master of propaganda, if not the most well-organized propaganda machine in history. It has become increasingly influential internationally, expanding largely by creating a network of human rights abusing countries that even our own government cannot stomach. Countries like Sudan, Iran, and North Korea belong on this list. And of course, China remains the largest, most powerful country still without basic human rights, such as the right to freedom of speech. Recently, the government of China has even openly admitted its goal of influencing American media, having purchased about half of the major American media companies. They've also publicly admitted their goal to own and censor about 20% of the world's media. But in a country like ours, they will never be able to shut down the survivors. Those who live to tell their stories of human rights abuses in China and around the world. Fortunately, we also have audiences with open hearts and minds, such as this one. We are the ones who listen to the survivors. Even if we only begin to understand the physical and psychological torture they endure, we listen for our own humanity and to inspire us to do something. Let us hear and honor our guests tonight and let them continue to inspire the best in us.
So while we're waiting for the food, can someone actually tell me who has been here for many years and attending this event? Why do you keep coming? And here, why, because somebody has been asking me, why are we doing this? And I said, as long as people are coming to support this event and to join us in commemorating this event, it is our responsibility to continue to doing it. We want to give really the people in China, their dream that happened 28 years ago, that we are here to carry on that dream. Yes. Even if it is 28 years ago. And it is because of you, every one of you who come, that give us the impetus and our energy to continue doing it. Without you coming, there would not be a commemoration. Without you participating, there would not be a commemoration. And I want to ask, if you raise a hand and tell me why you come, and we will have a microphone take to your place. Please raise your hand.
Do we have a translation also of the question?
Oh yeah. Rocky? No, translating into Chinese.
Oh, I can't. No, what? I want to give
Just to be brief, I truly believe by doing this, you're keeping those souls, those wonderful children who never lived to be 28, that have died before their age of 28, that they risked their lives, that they spoke out, that they had a dream, just like Anne said, we owe it to them to fulfill those dreams. And what I love is on June 4th, going to the embassy at the Candlelight Vigil, there are so many young people there who weren't even born 28 years ago, who still come there to remember those brave, wonderful people. And also the people who survived it. I salute you too. And there are people in this room who were dead men who I really salute you. Thank you.
我们到这里来的原因是我们怀念那些过去在天安门的28年前在天安门的事件，在天安门广场进行抗争的那些人们，他们中的很多人都没有能够活到28岁，我们要继续他们的梦想，为他们的事业而付出。这大概的意思很长。
你们可以告诉我们为什么你们要参加这个宴会？现在已经28年了，有什么人可以举手告诉我为什么你要参加？
我要参加这个聚会，就是因为我也想尽那些学生们的后尘，希望我们的国家尽快转变成一个像美国这样的民主的国家，人民有基本的人权，有新闻自由，有言论自由。谢谢大家。
The reason I'm here is to try to continue the struggle they take 28 years ago. I want China to be a country like the United States, a country of the democracy, a country of freedom of speech.
Anyone who wants to tell us why they would come here?
Thank you. I was in Beijing in 1989 with the aspiration to study acupuncture and acquire some continuing education units. And while I was there, I actually saw the high days of demonstration, the totally sincere spirit behind the 12 points of the student movement. I saw with my own eyes the beautiful masses of people peacefully coming together, singing, and food to the soldiers. And I saw with my own eyes on June 5th, coming out of a hotel room with my Chinese ex-husband, I saw bloodstains on the sidewalk, and I smelled the carnage of hot dogs and burned hair. So I saw it and I smelled it, and I'll never forget it, and I'm here to remember. Thank you.
这个28年前，我那时候正在北京学习针灸，我亲眼看到了这个天安门广场所发生的一切。在6月5号那天，我和我的前夫一起就看到了这个镇压的这个留下的现场，看到了那些残骸，也看到那些烧焦的一些东西。我今天到这里来呢，是想继续纪念这一事件。
I never give a chance to add a personal aspect to why I care. And, you know, I was sort of an odd kid. I would read all about the Tasmanian genocide and different genocides that happened. You know, that's what nerds do sometimes. And I decided to join these human rights organizations just because I cared. And that's when I really found out so much more about what people go through. And I started to respect my right to be a nerd and to find out about what's really going on in the world and to value the free speech that we have. So I like to humbly say that these people really have a lot to teach us, and I'm here to listen to them.
Thank you, everyone. We're going to be starting dinner right now. Anne is on her interview, so I'm wrapping up and getting the banquet started. Enjoy, and we will continue the program in the middle of our dinner. Thank you very much.
Hello. Sorry to interrupt you, but we have 2 postcards here at your table. If you can take the postcards home and sign it and write and mail it to the ambassador, and so that we can get the prisoners of conscience out. Hopefully, if you can sign it. 你们的桌子上应该有2个postcard 哈，希望你们就是签你们的名字，写1-2句，然后寄出去。寄出去就是中国领事的，在中国的ambassador， 如果就是请他们释放苏张良，还有桂明海，谢谢。
Dạ, hai em Tùng. Thưa quý vị, hôm nay Tâm An đến đây hả? Quý vị đang thấy sự có mặt của trưởng ban Mạng Lưới Nhân Quyền Việt Nam, anh Bác Tùng. Hello, hai anh Tùng. Anh Tùng có thể nói với các bạn ở trên Facebook là vì sao hôm nay Mạng Lưới Nhân Quyền có mặt ở đây và tại sao anh có mặt ở đây?
Thưa tất cả các bạn, thì hôm nay là kỷ niệm 28 năm Biến cố Thiên An Môn. Thì có một tổ chức của người Mỹ và cái chapter này là của người Hoa. Họ đứng ra tổ chức lễ kỷ niệm đồng thời để vinh danh một số người mà cho là đã đóng góp cho vấn đề đấu tranh cho nhân quyền nói chung. Thì trong đó họ có đề nghị vinh danh Mạng Lưới Nhân Quyền vì đã 20 năm hoạt động không ngừng nghỉ cho vấn đề nhân quyền tại Việt Nam. Thì ngoài ra còn có hai nhóm khác. Thứ nhất là ông Lâm Vinh Kỳ, tất nhiên là người mà bị Việt Trung Quốc bắt cóc từ Hồng Kông đó, seller đó. Bây giờ thả thì ông đang còn ngồi gần tới đây. Cái nhóm thứ hai là 4 cái luật sư hiện đang còn bị nhà cầm quyền Trung Quốc bắt giữ, và có sự hiện diện của 3 trong bà vợ của 3 trong 4 người đó có mặt ở đây. Thì ông Lâm Nguyên Chi cũng như là 3 người đó tuần trước họ đã ra quốc hội của Mỹ để điều trần về cái trường hợp của họ và của chồng họ hiện đang còn bị giam giữ. Thì hôm nay có 3 nhóm được cái tổ chức này vinh danh, trong đó có Mạng Lưới Nhân Quyền. Vì thế chúng tôi tới đây để trước là để mà tưởng niệm những cái nạn nhân của biến cố Thiên An Môn, hơn nữa để nhận cái vinh dự mà họ đã cho Mạng Lưới Nhân Quyền.
Cảm ơn anh Tùng nhiều lắm ạ. Dạ. Yeah. Hello everyone. Quý vị thấy trong livestream của mình đang có sự hiện diện của cựu tù nhân lương tâm, chú Phạm Trần Anh. Hello chú Phạm Trần Anh. Tâm An. Dạ.
Tâm An và tất cả các bạn đang theo dõi chương trình.
Dạ. Chú Phạm Trần Anh, chú có thể cho mọi người biết hôm nay tại sao chú có mặt ở đây? Hùng Nhiên chào chú đó chú.
Vâng. Hôm nay là cái tổ chức Visual Art dân họ tổ chức 28 năm cái khảo sát Thiên An Môn. Thì trong đó Mạng Lưới Nhân Quyền Việt Nam cũng được tổ chức này họ vinh danh. Và tiến sĩ Tùng có mời tôi với tư cách của hiếu tù nhân chính trị và tôn giáo Việt Nam, và là một người cựu tù nhân trên 20 năm ở trong trại tù, gần 9 năm tù chân, để nói lên một vài thực tế về cái chế độ độc tài của Việt Nam. Thì chúng tôi đến đây trước hết là để cúi đầu tưởng niệm trước những cái nạn nhân của Thiên An Môn, và cũng cúi đầu nhớ đến tưởng niệm đến những chiến sĩ dân chủ tự do của Việt Nam đã hy sinh vì chủ nhân quyền tự do. Đặc biệt trong đó là chế độ cộng sản đã xử bắn trên 300 tù nhân chính trị và tôn giáo, 2 linh mục và 2 phụ nữ. Trong đó có chị Trần Thị Lan thì bắn lần 86 để gò công, trong khi đang có mang 8 tháng. Cái điều này nó vi phạm trầm trọng vô điều 6 của công ước quốc tế và các quyền dân sự và chính trị. Và cái chế độ cộng sản có thể làm bất cứ cái điều gì. Đây là cái tội ác đối với mọi nhân loại.
Dạ, cảm ơn cựu tù nhân lương tâm Phạm Trần Anh. Cảm ơn chú nhiều lắm ạ. Diện trong cái Mạng Lưới Nhân Quyền Việt Nam hôm nay cũng có nhà báo Huỳnh Lương Thiền, từ Sao Dê lên, có anh Nguyễn Khánh Bình, có nhiếp ảnh gia Vũ Hoàng Hải, có nhà báo Uyên Vũ. Còn 2 tiết mục nữa là đến cái mục mà vinh danh Mạng Lưới Nhân Quyền Việt Nam. Ở đây là 3 người vợ của 3 tù nhân lương tâm còn đang ở trong tù. Họ thay chồng đến để mà nhận cái giải, với lại nhận cái bằng vinh danh đó. Bốn người còn đang ở trong tù, nhưng mà chỉ có 3 người vợ đến thay chồng thôi. 3 người đó, 3 người cái bức ảnh đó là còn đang ở trong tù đó.
Please continue to enjoy your dinner. It's just that we are really short of time. We have a very long program, and we like to present the awards first so the press can actually take a picture And we'd like to invite Dr. Tưởng Niệm of the Vietnam Human Rights Network to come. To the human rights in Vietnam and the civil rights for the people of Vietnam, we present to you the champion, the Spirit of Tiananmen Award to the Vietnam Human Rights Network. We want to thank Dr. Tưởng Niệm for coming here to accept the award.
Thank you so much. Good evening. Dear member of Visual Artists Guild members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor for me to be here tonight to participate in the commemoration of the Tiananmen protest and to receive Tiananmen Spirit Award on behalf of Vietnam Human Rights Network. First of all, I'd like to thank visual artists, board directors, for selecting our organization for this award. This is a great encouragement for us to continue our fight for freedom and human rights for Vietnamese people. Secondly, I'd like to congratulate our awardees, Mr. Lam Wing Ki and human rights lawyer. I don't remember the name, but represented by the wife tonight. I really admire your work, your courage, your persistence in fighting for human rights for Chinese people. I believe that this honor must belong to Vietnam human rights activists inside Vietnam, because they themselves have been facing the communist dictatorship. And that's why I would like to please introduce to you some of those brave people. They are coming today to share with you some ideas, some experience in the Vietnamese Gulag. First of all, I'd like to introduce Mr. Pham Thanh An. Please come. Mr. Pham Thanh An was sentenced to life in prison in 1977 for participating in a democratic movement in Vietnam. He was released after spending 20 years in forced labor camp, thanks to Amnesty International intervention. He has been sentenced in the US since 2006. Now he is the chairman of Vietnam Political and Religious Prisoner Fellowship Association. He is also author of several books on Vietnamese history and politics. He is a member of International PAN. Here is Mr. Pham Thanh An.
Good evening, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let us bow down to the democratic fighters who sacrificed their lives in the Tiananmen Square massacre. Secondly, we would like to sincerely thank the Visual Artists Guild and Vietnam Human Rights Network for inviting Vietnam Political and Religious Prisoner Association to attend this solemn ceremony. As a former political prisoner sentenced to life and spent 20 years in Vietnamese communist prison, with 9 years of second in the real hell on earth, and 11 years of forced labor. I would like to take this opportunity to denounce before the world public opinion what I witnessed. From 1975 to 1985, the Vietnamese communists executed more than 300 political prisoners, including 2 priests and 2 women, Mr. Trần Thị Lan and 8 pregnant prisoners were executed by firing squad. The Communist China and the Communist Vietnam have signed most international agreements related to human rights, but they still systematically violate them. The Thiên massacre, as well as the communist regime execution of Vietnam political prisoners, are a crime against humanity. On the behalf of Vietnam Political and Religious Prisoner Association, once again, we bow down to commemorate the fighter for the democracy perished in Thiên Square massacre and the democratic fighter of Vietnam who has sacrificed their life for the ideal of the freedom. Let us pray for the people of China and the people of the Vietnam. May freedom and human rights replace the barbaric communist regime. Thank you.
Secondly, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Vinh Danh. In 2007, Mr. Vinh Danh was sentenced to 2 years and 6 months in prison and 2 years under house arrest for participating in a non-violent dissident group. He was released after serving the full sentence and continued his pro-democracy and human rights activities. Under threat of being rearrested, he fled to Thailand and was offered political asylum in the US. Now Mr. Dao is a member of Vietnam Human Rights Network and a freelance writer for Thuyết online magazine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. When the Tiananmen Square massacre occurred 1989, I was a student. From Saigon, I had very clear feeling about the democratic opposition of my peers in Peking. Since then, a generation of Tiananmen had emerged in Hong Kong, Vietnam, and many other Asian countries. The spirit of Tiananmen has inspired most young Vietnamese, including me, to get involved in fighting for freedom and democracy. I still learn that the blood of the Tiananmen victims had illusion many with the belief in self-transformation of communists into the regime. I personally spent most of my prison time in solitary confinement, being transferred from prison to prison. Those hard years cannot when my belief that democratic causes will prevail and human rights must be respected. That the most important thing I want to share with all y'all here tonight. You, the Chinese who have been committed to a true democratic belief that blood and tears both our and Tiananmen Square in 1989 remain forever in the human conscience. Thank you for listening.
And the last one, I would like to introduce Mr. Wu Huanghai. In 2006, Mr. Wu, together with a number of friends, founded Bendakya Foundation, a group of young social welfare activists. He also joined Bloc 8406, a larger group democracy activists founded by Father Darius Winbanmi. Mr. Wu was arrested and sentenced to 2 years in prison and 2 years in probation for allegedly participating in activities aiming at overthrowing government. After being released from prison, he was offered political asylum in the US. Currently, Mr. Wu is a member of Vietnam Human Rights Network. He also the representative of Bloc 8406 in the United States. Please come, Mr. Wu.
Good evening, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wu Huanghai, a member of Bloc 8406. In 2006, I took part in democracy. I struggle for freedom, democracy, and human rights for Vietnam. You know that. But the policeman beat me to broken my neck. After that, they put me 2 years in jail and 2 years probation. I am very happy to be here for the celebration of Tiananmen incident that happened 28 years ago. When this incident occurred, I was a college student at that time in Vietnam. I admire the fighting spirit of Chinese students at that time because they have blown the flames of fighting for our Vietnamese students. Unfortunately, the struggle has been suppressed by the Chinese regime and thousands of people have died because of the freedom idea of the people who did not submit to the brutal communist dictatorship. Until now, the spirit of the struggle is still deeply ingrained in the heart and mind of all liberal lovers. I admire the juggling spirit of the Chinese students at Tiananmen. I wish the country had truly democracy, freedom and human rights, as well as happiness for all your people. Thank you for hearing me.
Thank you again.
Let's take a picture. Okay, for his courage in speaking out after he has been threatened by the Chinese government that he should be a spy for them after they release him and he was in prison for 8 months, of which 5 months were in solitary confinement. Yet, when he came out of prison to Hong Kong, he decided that he should come out and speak the truth. For his courage, we are presenting Mr. Lam Wing Ki with the Champion of Freedom of Speech Award.
我还是以为不见了，我先放好啊。我现在请他帮我翻译啊。我是林永基，是铜锣湾书店的以前那个开始那个老。 后来就把书店让给那个俱乐部去，往后就是2015年的时候就发生那个书店的事件。
Okay, I'm Lee Yong Ki. Okay, my name is Lee Yong Ki, and I'm the only owner of the what's the name?
Big bookstore.
铜锣湾 bookstore, and which was sold to another owner. And then in 2016, I was arrested.
就是后来就是有5个人给大陆的用很暴力的手段把书店摧毁。
Okay, there are 5 people coming from mainland China. They smashed our bookstore.
我其他朋友刚开始还是不能说话，就因为他们在大陆也有家人在大陆，可是后来有几个都释放过来。 就是唯有我一个人可以把这个事情讲出来。
Okay, my other friends dare not to speak because of the concern of their safety of their family member in mainland. I'm the only one who can hear to speak for the truth.
其中最重要的就是发生李波现象。李波就是后来在那个台湾的一个播窗。 给9个，大概是国安局的人，带回去中国大陆。就是李波后来给9个，大概是大陆派出来的国安局的人带回去大陆。
Okay, the most important is Mr. Li Bo. He was abducted by someone from mainland China to China.
我为什么那么清楚呢？就是后来李波我见过他2次，他后来就跟我偷偷跟我说的。
Why I'm so clear? Because I met with Li Bo twice. He told me what happened.
他后来见新闻的时候，后来要否认，那是因为他在中国大陆还有亲人在大陆是不能说话的。 后来李波就是见前辈的时候，否认是给大陆派出来的人带去中国大陆。
Okay, Li Bo denied he was abducted to mainland China out of concern for the safety of his family member.
原因很简单，因为他在大陆还有亲人在大陆。
The reason is very simple. He's concerned and worried about his family member in mainland China.
到现在，他现在可以释放了，可以离开中国大陆，到香港，但是他到目前为止也是不能把事情 的真相说出来。
Now he was free and went to Hong Kong. However, he could not speak for the truth.
铜锣湾书店这个事情说明什么东西呢？就是说，中国大陆是违反了一国两制，破坏了基本法。
What the event of Tongluwan bookstore tells us is that the Chinese government violates the principle of one country, two systems.
北方他说我们在香港出了一些大陆不想见的书。
The Chinese government said we published some bad books.
我们看基本法，它是有3个条例，就是说我们在香港是可以有那个言论自由出版的。
However, we saw there are 3 laws saying there is freedom of speech in Hong Kong.
这等于就是说，大陆为了不给我们在经营那个书店，还是不能再出版。他认为对中国大陆有影响的书籍，然后就是用非法的手段把5个人禁锢起来。
Actually, they are trying to ban our bookstore to publish the books. They say they think detrimental to the Chinese government.
还有一个很重要的就是他派人过来香港违法，把李波绑架过去，很明显就是破坏了基本法。
Now, what's important is they sent someone to Hong Kong to abducted Li Bo, which is in violation of the basic law of Hong Kong.
基本法里面有一个条例，就是说中国大陆是不允许来香港进行他的执法的手段的。
There is a provision in the basic law, which is the Constitution of Hong Kong. The mainland government cannot send anyone to Hong Kong to enforce the law.
这等于是说，中国大陆现在还没到2017年，现在已经开始是想对中国、对香港那个经济那个事情进行干预。
It means it's not the 26, the Chinese government started trying to run the business in Hong Kong, interfere with the Hong Kong's internal affairs.
我们现在看几年陆续那个事件，其实跟那个铜锣湾书店其实那个意义是一样的，意义陆续。对，陆续跟铜锣湾。
Yeah, I think the June 4th event and the Tongluwan event are the same.
你看6岁的时候，他出了坦克车，开枪杀人。香港现在铜锣湾书店，他也是违法办案，也是违反人权、违反公义的。
In June 4th, they sent the tank to suppress the students. Now in Hong Kong, they used the illegal means to suppress the freedom of speech.
你看，我们现在有3个维权入戏的太太，都跑过来美国，寻求美国人的帮助。
Today, we see the wives of 3 human rights attorneys coming to the United States for the help.
他们3个人就是谢阳、唐金玲、江天勇、王全璋、李国平，其中3个太太都跑过来美国，出一个作证的作为证人。
Okay, there are 3 or 5 human rights attorneys: 谢阳、李和平、江天勇、唐金玲, and 3 of these wives come to the United States and testify in the congressional hearings.
你看，中国人就是有这一些精英知识分子，所以现在我们看起来，仅仅是有这一些律师，有一些律师的学生，有一些香港人出来，那么多人都进律师，就是说明中国人、香港人包括海外的华人。 对人权公益是没有忘记的。
We have so many people from China and people from Hong Kong, including the Chinese people in the United States, all to commemorate the June 4th. It means that we are all for the human rights and freedom.
从这个几年活动来看，我看起来香港人还是中国人。 还是完全是还有希望的。
In my opinion, there is a hope for Hong Kong.
我现在感谢那个刘小姐给我一个人权的奖。
Okay, I'm very thankful to Anna Law for awarding me the Spirit Prize.
他是代表那个艺术家协会的。
She is representing the visual arts here.
我也很感谢3个律师太太过来这一次做一个纪念的活动。
I'm thankful to the 3 wives of the human rights attorneys.
当然，我现在也感谢各位过来这边支持我们中国人那个维权。
I'm thankful to everybody here. To commemorate the Chinese human rights.
谢谢。
Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to invite the young Vietnamese human rights group who has supported Hong Kong umbrella revolution and went to Hong Kong to support it. Please come up here. 这三位，他们是越南的年轻人，他们2年前去香港是支持那个雨伞运动的。
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jira Tuangwan. On my left is Tan Nguyen, and on this is Tina Ho. We are the representative of the Vietnamese youth organization Southern California. We are the second generations of the refugees. The Vietnamese refugees also the political. We're very active in community in terms of fighting for human rights. As the second generations, we believe human rights is everybody deserve, regardless what race, what religious background, is everyone who born on this earth. We deserve that right. And because of that, when Hong Kong umbrella revolution happened, every one of us, all the youth organization in the Vietnamese community in Southern California, we feel that we have a bond together with Hong Kong people. Of the students in Hong Kong, we share something in common, is to fight for the human rights, to fight for what we deserve, the freedom of speech, freedom of religions. And because of that, we stand together with Hong Kong people and everyone who fighting for human rights in the world today. Because that is our right. Thank you.
We'd like to invite
with his guests.
I was an invited guest, but I brought at the last moment, invited guest, Dr. Bing, Professor Bing from the Beijing Film Academy. And I wanted to bring her here tonight because she was one of the authors and prime movers of the Charter 08 in 2008. A good friend of the Nobel Prize winner Liu Xiaobo, who was also a director, and as you know, was sentenced to 11 years in prison, and partly for that reason was awarded the Nobel Prize in Peace in 2010. And I would like to have her say whatever she would like to say. 这位崔维平教授是北京电影学院的教授，他本来08年的时候是文化宪章的作者之一，他和他的几个朋友，包括刘晓波，后来被判了11年，判了11年以后，也得了2010年的诺贝尔和平奖。 对他也是很丰富的经验，欢迎他说几句话。
我首先想回答那个早先那个问题，就是我为什么来到这里？这是一个好的问题。
I would like to begin by asking the question that was asked before dinner, which was, why did I come here?
我想一个很重要的原因就是我不想让8964成为历史，而它实际上仍然是我们现实的一部分。
The main thing I want to say is that the Tiananmen massacre is not history. It is living in a sense today. It's still with us.
我们看那些年轻的死者，他们到现在没有一个体面的、合格的葬礼。他们的身体还在流血，母亲们还在哭泣。
Those young massacred people to this day have not had a proper burial and funeral, and their relatives are still weeping.
这么多年，28年以来，他们始终不能在公共的面前去讲述他们的痛苦。 他们不能与更多的人见面，我们不能去拥抱他们，这是他们的另外一种痛苦。
For 28 years now, these victims and their living families have not been able to come out in public and directly express their suffering, and that fact of repression of their suffering is itself a second layer of suffering.
我们在人群中很难找到他们。在64十周年的时候，就1999年，我开始走进这个群体。我见到了天安门母亲当中的一些人，我也见到了一些伤残者。我认识一个黄先生，1.8米的大个子，但是一粒子弹从这里穿过去。 使得他双目失明，他当时才63年生的，当时有没有啊？就63年，83年不到30岁。
I'm not going to be able to interpret every word that she said exactly, but she says that the mission of finding victims and their families has been continual, and in 1999, 10 years after the massacre, she found a man who was 1.8 米, how much is that in feet inches? Maybe 5 feet. Huh?
6 feet.
6 feet, about 6 feet tall anyway, who had a bullet go through his head, but he survived, but it caused both eyes to go blind.
我还认识一位庞先生，他是一位工人。 然后子弹打中了他的那个脊柱，但是却使他腿不能站起来。
Another Mr. Pang was shot through the back, and the bullet scraped his spinal cord, and can't use one leg, and so is restricted to one. 他怎么走路？
他就瘸子走。
He has to hobble.
都是坐轮椅，坐轮椅的配偶者。对，我还认识一个特殊的群体，这个群体也是在8964之后受伤害很严重，但是人们更少见到他们面孔，就是当时被称之为64暴徒，现在我们可以把他们叫64抗暴者的这些人。
She also has been in touch with a special group that suffered after the massacre that is known as the rioters, 暴徒或者
现在我们叫64抗暴者，
or June 4th resistors, ordinary workers, ordinary people, not intellectuals or students.
这些人，我们觉得我们应该记起他们，因为他们是在当坦克侵略北京城的时候，他们是用他们的躯体或者用他们的最简单的去抵抗坦克人，然后他们也因此受到了最深的伤害。其实他们是一个北京的工人，是在那样时候保卫北京城的这样一些普通的人们。
And we especially need to remember them because they weren't famous and they weren't students. They were ordinary workers and put their bodies in front of tanks in order to protect them. Excuse me.
而且他们被判得特别重。我认识判18年的人，我认识判死刑的人，我也认识他们判无期徒刑的人。他们都坐了很长时间的牢，然后出来以后，当然仍然非常非常的艰苦。我想我们不应该忘掉这个群体。
And this group was punished actually under law more heavily than students and intellectuals were. She knows some that were sentenced to 18 years in prison, some that were given life sentences, and some that were given death sentences. We shouldn't forget.
所以我想到他们，我特别想说，我来这里也是为了向普通人的勇气致敬。
So one reason I came here tonight was to point to these ordinary people and encourage us to give a special salute to them.
你看这几位律师，其中唐景林先生、李和平先生和江天勇3位都去过我们家哈。那时候他们现在是英雄，但是那时候我们不觉得他们也没有显示说自己特别英雄气概，但他们做的一些扎扎实实的事情，以行动表明他们真的是一些普通人当中的勇者。
She knows all 3 of these imprisoned lawyers whose spouses are here tonight, and when she meets them in person, doesn't feel that they have any special arrogance or charisma of who they are. They're just ordinary people trying to do good things in an ordinary way.
还有我们的709家属，也就是这些律师的妻子们。对呀，这次709家属的抗争行为，这是在中国没有过的一种新的抗争模式。这些妻子们站起来，站到一起，而且以他们生动活泼的方式，非常接近每个人的方式，就他们做的一些活动哈，就大家看到第一感觉说不仅是认同，就喜欢哈，因为喜欢他们而认同。这样的抗争模式是在以前没有出现过的。
She wants to point out in particular that the spouses here tonight, banding together and being so lively and going out and making a movement and going to Congress and doing all these things is a relatively new phenomenon that we should all salute and welcome.
我还特别想向林荣基林先生致敬。 你看林先生就是我们说就不像英雄哈，真的是。可是在我和我的朋友们眼里，他就是一位大英雄。
She wants to give a special salute to Mr. Birungji, who looks very modest, of course. Because among her group of Beijing-based, well-known dissidents, if we use that word, he's a big hero.
他是在被先关押5个月，然后在取保候审，又在中国2个月之后允许回趟香港，然后这指定时间还要回大陆的途中，在九龙港这个地铁这个站，他下地铁抽了3支烟，把问题想通了，他决定改变方向，不回大陆，又去香港去说出真相，做一个自由人。
He was held for 5 months inside China in Ningbo. And then was allowed out of China under a special arrangement where he was still technically under arrest and bound not to say what had happened to him in China and to help introduce information about his bookstore back to China. So free physically, but not free mentally. And in her anecdote, he stood outside the subway station at Jiaolong in Hong Kong, smoked 3 cigarettes, and said, "That's it. I want to be free."
中国有个词叫打造，哈，打造就用在，比如说我们可以打造个工业园区，打造个什么什么项目。同样，中国也这个制度也打造人，那么把人打造成一个链条上的一个环节。那么肯定我们生在中国的人，每个人都是链条上的环节，你不能出错的，要按照链条总的方向去走。而那个不幸落到他们手上的林先生，他们也要努力把它打造成在这个链条上符合链条要去的方向那样的人。但是，对不起，少来一点点。林先生突然转到相反的方向，不，我不当这个链条上的链子，我要掉链子了。
She's getting philosophical now and giving us a complicated metaphor about what the Chinese government and the environment that it creates tries to do to human beings to make them into links in a chain that are all connected and therefore under the government's control. And when they reached Mr. Birungji, they found a link in the chain that said, "No, I'm out of this chain."
这样的掉链的行为就使得这个系统，至少部分的失灵，至少部分的运转不起来。其实我们在大陆，像刘晓波，像我们这样都是属于掉链子的人，从链条上掉下来的人。
So this role of being made to be a link in the chain that the government controls, and then individually saying, "No, I'm not going to do it," is a pattern that Mr. Vinh illustrates, but also her friend Liu Xiaobo, who sits in prison today, illustrates.
我真的要向那个我们的普通的英雄，我们的勇气之心，我也要特别想向今天到来的每一位，你们都体现了这样的普通人的勇气。
She wants to thank our heroic honorees tonight, both from Vietnam and from China, and also invite all of the Los Angeles ordinary people who come out to pay tribute to human rights.
我还特别想向刘女士致敬。我发现那个今天在他主持的过程当中，出了一些念人名的一些差错，这是一个用我们话说比较业余的行为，但是这个业余真是让我感到这个健康的政治是从业余的 普通人当中生长出来的。
She wants to thank Anne Lau especially, and note that in the ceremonies and procedures this evening there were a few little glitches, right? The names were misidentified, or the trophy couldn't be found properly, and she finds this lovable, because this shows that it's human beings doing human rights, not some kind of smooth machine.
Mr. Artist Gill would like to present to the wives of Sia and Santanyo for their support of the human rights issues, for their bravery, for their standing up for the rights of the common people, and for the courage in knowing that even if they do it, that they may suffer their losing their lawyers' license, losing their business, losing their money, and even causing pain to their family. And yet, for their rights and the rights of the people in China, they dare to stand up for that. And we here tonight, we honor them and we thank them.
江天勇是一个人权律师。他在709朋友遭受灾难之际，始终不离不弃地在中国进行艰难的营救709的工作。
Okay, it is at a very precarious time when the human rights attorney Thiên on June 19th, Mr. Jiang Tianyong continued his work for rescuing these attorneys.
他在被抓捕之前，为了切断这个国宝的跟踪与监视。
To get rid of the Chinese security officers.
他没有固定的住处，没有固定的电话。
He didn't have a fixed phone, fixed residence.
日夜处于随时被抓捕的紧张状态。
In a state of constant fear of being detained or arrested at any time.
我也日夜为他的安危担心。以前是担心他被抓捕。
I fear for his any time.
现在我担心的是他被酷刑和他的生命安危。
In the past, I feared for his detained, his possible being detained. Now I fear for his being tortured in China's prison.
江天勇从2016年11月21日失踪，到现在快6个月了。
He was missing since the October 16th, 2016.
除了官方有关污蔑江天勇的视频还有文字信息，我们家属和辩护律师都没有他的任何消息。
My family and his defense attorney didn't hear anything, did not hear anything, except this deductive information published by the government on the newspaper, the website.
5月12号，我得到一个长沙体制内有良知人士告知的一个信息。
On May 12, I received inside information from Changsha.
他说江天勇受到了酷刑，脚肿了，不能走路和站立。
He told me that Jiang Tianyong was tortured. His feet were swollen. He cannot stand and walk.
但是在5月18号，官方微博上播放了一小段江天勇在房间走廊里走路被散步的那个视频。
However, on May 18, the government published a video clip describing how Jiang Tianyong walked in the prison.
他们想证明江天勇没有受到酷刑。
Seemingly, they try to confirm, try to state there's no torture enforced on Jiang Tianyong.
但是从视频里我们可以看到，江天勇的脚是黑色的，腿也是黑色的。
However, it can be seen from the video clip, his foot is black, and his face is ashy.
他的双手无力耷拉，脸是僵硬痛苦的。
And his face was frozen and intense.
所以从这个视频上，我们可以看出江天勇已经和正在经受着这酷刑。
It confirms that Jiang Tianyong has been tortured in the prison.
709相关的被捕律师相继出来，都披露了各种酷刑。
Many attorneys related to the June 9 case are released. They disclose the torture enforced in the prisons.
比如他们强迫灌药。
For example, they were forced to feed unnamed medicine.
被疲劳审讯，连续禁闭4个多月。
And integrate constantly and solitary cell for 4 months.
被关水牢。
And put in the water gear.
被迫坐吊椅。
And forced to put on pancake chairs.
被殴打。
Beaten.
不给水喝，不给饭吃。
And without fed water and meal.
每个被释放出来的人，他们就会在短时间内给他们增肥。他们在回家的之前都需要短时间内增肥。
Before they are released, they are forced to gain weight.
据说这些爆料出来的酷刑的消息只是冰山一角。
And it looks like these events, episodes, only the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg.
709案没有结束。
The case of June 9 is continuing.
王全章律师被关押600多天，到现在一点点消息都没有。
Attorney Wang Quanzhang was detained for more than 600 days without any information.
释放出来的709被捕律师，他们都没有任何的自由。
And the attorneys they were released without any freedom.
曾经痛苦的遭遇，继续侵蚀着他们的身体健康以及他们和家人的关系。
This experience harmed their body, their spirit, harmed the family relationship.
709案是中国律师历史上的灾难。
The June 9 event, the case is a disaster of the Chinese people.
请大家继续关注709案。
Please pay attention to the case of June 9.
这是对我们由你们的关注，这就是对我们家属和受难者巨大的支持。
Your attention is the greatest encouragement and support to our family members.
谢谢。
Thank you.
感谢各位gentlemen and ladies.
Thank you, gentlemen and ladies.
感谢主办方，感谢安娜女士。
Thank you, the video artists here.
真的，我是最近来到美国，看到这么多人支持中国的人权事业，感到非常的欣慰。
I'm extremely moved and relieved to see so many people in the United States supporting us.
我呢，是经历了这个完完整整的将近2年的709案的一个家属。
I'm the wife who experienced 2 years for this June 9 case.
我的丈夫谢阳在关押的将近2年期间，受尽了各种酷刑折磨。
My husband Xie Yang taught in 2 years in prison.
但是在今年5月8号开庭的日子，他们逼迫他认罪。
And on May 18th, the day of the hearing, he was forced to confess.
逼迫他否认所有的酷刑。
He was forced to deny the torture caused him.
逼迫他承认他们保证了他所有的权利。
He was forced to give up all his rights.
实际上，他的酷刑对他的酷刑远远没有结束，因为从5月8号开庭之后，到现在现在已经是失踪了，我不知道他关押在哪里。
In fact, his torture is still continuing because from the May 8th, not 8th, May 8th, he is missing. We don't know his whereabouts.
不仅如此，我们的家属因为揭露了这个事情的真相，包括不能让律师会见，不能让长时间得不到律师的会见，长时间得不到这个律师了解案情的权利以及这个通信权。我们的家属例如我受到单位的这个强烈的这种逼迫。
Okay, because our family member is deprived of rights to visit, rights to be informed, and I struggled for it. I was denied the benefit in my working unit, employer. Actually, Mr. Chen is a professor in the university.
我和我的孩子都是政治的，都是国家的敌人，被以危害国家安全限制出境。
My daughter and I were deemed as the enemy of the state. We are banned from exiting China.
我被跟踪监控，我的手机、邮件，我的这个 WeChat 所有都被他们控制，我的车子后面长期有个国宝跟着。
I was followed my cell phone, my communication, our watch, and my car was followed by some police cars.
我被国宝逼迫学校给我约谈，有人甚至谈了晚上1点多。
I was forced by the university office to have a meeting and continue the meeting continued until the 2 o'clock next day morning.
不仅如此，我们709的其他的家属，他们的孩子，例如李文竹的孩子和王巧玲的孩子都不能上学。
And more than that, some of the children of my friends, like Li Wenzu and Wang Xiaolin, their daughters and sons are banned from attending school.
他们在北京租的房子，长期被逼迫，他们离开家，他们没有地方住。
And they are always harassed by. They are forced to vacate their residence.
就在今天，李文竹在北京租住的房子又被国宝逼着离开他的家，他现在在反抗着。
Today, the Li Wenzu was forced to leave her house, and he is still struggling.
李文竹是王全璋的妻子，王全璋一直从2015年7月份被捕以来，到现在都没有任何的消息。
李文竹 is the wife of Wang Quanzhang, who had been in the jail for 2 years. We didn't know anything about him.
这就是我们中国人权律师他们的这种灾难，以及他们的这个状况，以及我们的家属、我们的孩子们他们的遭遇。
This is what the human rights attorneys and family members experienced in China.
甚至我聘请的辩护律师，他的孩子现在也不能上学，他的家的门口现在有很多的国宝，天天在这里站岗。
Even the children of the defense attorney I hired were banned from attending school. Their residents are watched and surrounded.
我希望大家继续关注中国的人权的这种状况，支持我们人权的这个发展。
I hope the people here to pay attention to what happened in China.
我们是勇敢的站出来的家属，但是中国还有很多发生在不能够发出声，他们的家属不能发出声的那些事件，他们正在遭受的酷刑，正在遭受的各种的迫害。
We are a group of the people who dare to speak out. However, there are many family members. They keep silent.
谢谢大家关注。
尊敬的刘雅雅会长、各位来宾、各位朋友、各位姐妹，大家好。
Respected and all distinguished guests and everybody here. Thank you very much.
再次感谢在座的各位关注中国的人权和中国这个被逼迫的良心犯的家属。
Thank you for your attention to Chinese human rights leaders and families, attorneys and families.
我是唐吉宁的妻子汪艳芳。
I'm Wang Yanfang, wife of attorney Tang Jingning.
今天唐吉宁获得2017年的天安门精神奖，在此感谢美国视觉艺术协会对工作在中国大陆的人权律师和人权团体的鼓励和支持。
I'm thankful to visual artist for their awarding the prize of Tiananmen Square Street to Tang Jingling, which is the tribute to China's people's goodness.
我十分高兴拥有这样一位好的丈夫。
I'm fortunate to have Miss Tang and my husband.
在此得到众多朋友的认可和支持。
I'm warmed because you're supporting him, you're respecting.
唐吉宁1998年从事律师工作。
唐吉宁 started his lawyer career in 1988.
他坚持非暴力不合作运动，带来民主和自由中国的立场。
He adhered to the non-violent, non-cooperation approach for China's democracy.
由于他人权的工作，在2005年被失去律师执照。
Due to his efforts in human rights, he lost his bar license in 2005.
2006年12月份，他起草了发起六四禁食节。
In 2006, he initiated an activity to commemorate June 4th.
他向每一位公民呼吁，请你自愿地加入禁食节的队伍。
He invited every citizen to attend the fast for the Tiananmen Square.
2011年2月，中国茉莉花期间，被当局控煽动颠覆国家政权罪，被关押在黑监狱。
In 2011, during the revolution, the Jasmine Revolution period, he was detained by the Chinese government for solution of state.
关押期间被威胁恐吓，遭受10天连续不允许睡觉、不允许睡眠、休息等酷刑。
He was tortured. He was interrogated for 10 days.
最后，直到唐吉宁浑身发抖、双手麻木、生命出现严重危险时，警方才允许每天睡1至2个小时。
Until he was learned and close to collapse, the government sent him to the hospital.
由于他一直坚持着非暴力不合作运动，他在2014年5月16号被关押。
He was detained again in 2014, May 16, 2014.
在2016年的1月29号，以煽动颠覆国家政权罪被判刑5年。
On June 29, 2016, he was sentenced to imprisonment for 5 years for subversion of state.
目前关押在广东怀集监狱。
Now he is in Guangdong's Beijing prison.
唐吉宁从事律师工作10多年来，我遭到了传唤、骚扰、监控、关押和失去工作。
During the 10 years he advocated for the human rights, I was summoned, harassed, and detained.
能够有幸和他一起经受患难、风雨同舟。
It is my fortune to work with him, to go forward with him together.
今天的颁奖不仅仅是奖给唐吉宁和其他的3位维权律师，而是颁给中国所代表的所有的这些中国的维权律师团体们。
Today's prize is not only for Tang Jingling, also for human rights attorneys in China.
唐吉宁说，他将维护公平和正义，追求自由和民主的福音传给更多人的知道。
Tang Jingling said he will spread the gospel of freedom and justice.
让中国同胞走出埃及，向那流奶与蜜之地， 拥有了自由和美好的一天。
That the Chinese people exited Egypt
让我们
and went to the promised land, the land of milk and honey.
让我们期待那一天。
Let's hope that day will come.
在此，非常的感谢在座的各位支持中国人权和支持中国人权和民主的同胞们。
Thank you for everyone who support the Chinese human rights cause.
谢谢大家。
We'd like you to accept also on behalf of Attorney Li and Wang Zhanzhan accept the award on the behalf. And at this time, we'd like to invite Dr. Terry Nick to come up so that there will be a question and answer if anybody would like to ask our honorees some questions.
Okay, the floor is open. Frankie Leung is a lawyer in Los Angeles, but he's from Hong Kong and he knows these answers well. The question is, how can someone in Hong Kong possibly sue the authorities?
What do you mean by authority? Which authority? Whatever authorities are in the way, whichever ones are creating barriers.
His problem is that he did not violate any Hong Kong law. He supposedly could have violated Chinese law because he sent his books across the border in China. However, under the basic law, a Hong Kong citizen who commits a crime in China does not commit a crime in Hong Kong. That's the basic premise of one country, two systems. So, number one, he is not guilty in Hong Kong. Number two, he was induced to cross the border into China to be arrested, forced by people who came from China to accompany him to go into China. And under the basic law, Article 5, no governmental agency in China should ever come to Hong Kong to commit any act to accuse a Hong Kong resident or citizen, whoever he or she may be, who are committing a crime in China. That preserves the sanctity of one country, two systems. So in other words, he could sue the Hong Kong government, but he cannot. The Hong Kong court has no jurisdiction under the Chinese government. Have I answered you?
Well, if I understood your question, it was how could Mr. Lin sue the authorities? So that's a somewhat different question. You were explaining his culpability.
He can sue the Hong Kong government within Hong Kong jurisdiction because the Hong Kong government colluded with the Chinese authorities in having him abducted across the border. He cannot sue the Chinese authority in Hong Kong because the Hong Kong court has no authority to supervise or to a jurisdiction over the mainland authority.
Okay, thank you. I have no idea do we have any questions for our spouses of political prisoners? Yes, sir.
我想问一下，美国政府对你们几位人权律师的态度呢？
你们能来到美国来，美国政府到底做了些什么事情来帮助你们到美国来？
What did the U.S. government do to help you three spouses come and do your protests?
我是今年的3月17号到了美国的。因为我和孩子们被限制出境，所以呢，我采用秘密的方式从中国经泰国来到美国。
I came in March 16th of this year secretly through Thailand to the United States because I couldn't come here.
但是我在泰国的时候，在曼谷，被国宝发现了，然后他们以一个翻译的身份，带着泰国警察把我和我的孩子们抓到泰国监狱，因此我们在泰国沦陷。
But the Thai police, under direction of the China police, intercepted me and my daughter in Thailand, and we were put in jail.
在监狱里，中国政府明确跟泰方监狱提出，立即要把我们送回中国。
The Chinese government told the Thai authorities to send us, my daughter and me, straight back to China.
在这样危急的情况下面，美国政府出动了，美国川普总统亲自下令把我和我的孩子们救到美国。
And in these conditions, President Trump and the American government intervened to get me to the United States.
动用了非常多的人力和物力，在此我非常感谢川普总统，感谢他的行政团队，感谢美国政府。
So I feel very grateful to President Trump and the American government in all that they did to get us out of prison in the U.S. 其他两位有没有想回答这个问题？美国政府做了什么？
美国政府的话，一直对中国的人权和言论自由一直都有关注和支持。
The American government has a long record of paying attention to human rights in China.
这是我们到美国来的时候，3个维权律师的太太和李明哲的太太，我们去到国会听证和去见白宫的高级官员，这个都是由美国政府同意和安排的。
When we came to the U.S., we did a testimony in Congress, and we're also welcomed to the White House for consultation, and this was all arranged by the American government.
他也对中国被受害的这些维权的律师的太太和其他的中国正在受难的这个维权人士和家属的遭遇都深表同情和关注。
And all these U.S. government authorities expressed deep sympathy for the families of the political prisoners.
他们也是想通过他们的方式来力争改变中国的人权状况。
And they were expressing their desire to do whatever they could to change the human rights situation in China.
谢谢。我的感受是，我在中国没有人权。我在中国，因为江天勇是维权律师，我们家人一直受到骚扰，警察总是威胁，就是警察一句话，你的孩子能上学，我们就可以去上学。我们说一句你孩子不能上学，你孩子就没有学上。
My feeling is that in China I had no human rights and my family had no human rights. For example, the police that are assigned to follow our family will say things like, it's entirely up to us whether children can go to school or not go to school. Just one word from us will make a difference.
我在中国经常被跟踪，然后家门那个锁对锁孔，就是你有钥匙你进不了家门。
I'm followed everywhere by the State Security Police. And even if I have a key, I can't get into my own building because they're clustered around the door.
工作也会被他们就和老板就是谈话，让老板给老板施压，把我的工作给丢掉。
And they talk to my superiors at my work so that it's clear that if I'm disobedient, my job is at risk.
然后就租房也租不到房。
And if I want to rent a house, I perhaps can't.
从我来到美国之后，我的孩子能够正常的上学。
Ever since I've come to the U.S., my child can go to school normally.
我没有警察的跟踪，我在这里很安全。
No police follow me around. And I feel safe.
我也可以正常的去工作。
And I can work normally.
所以我非常感谢美国政府。
So I feel very grateful to the U.S. government. Daughter is there. Does the daughter want to say something? This is the daughter of the last spouse that was speaking, who can go freely now, and she will say something.
亲爱的爸爸，在过去的4年中，我们一直沟通希望能和您相聚，是我和妈妈在这4年来唯一的期盼。在您再次
Papa, I haven't seen you for 10 years and... Or 4 years. 4 years. Sure is. Go ahead, 你继续说。
在您再次被抓捕的一瞬间，我和妈妈仿佛定下深渊。
The moment you were detained, like mother and I fell into a pit.
其他涉709案的叔叔们，李叔父叔叔、谢英玉叔叔、谢阳叔叔、杨国平叔叔，他们都相继回家了。
Other uncles, the human attorneys of the July case were released, like Li Heping, Xie Yang, Lü Chengfu.
在我的记忆中，爸爸您一直都在维权路上。
In my memory, you are always on the road to human rights.
我记忆犹新的是在茉莉花革命期间，您被秘密关押近2个月，出来后不但脱了相，智力也迟钝。
I remember during the period of Jasmine Revolution, you were detained for 2 months. When you released, you were shaken and disgraced.
这些记忆带给我太多的恐惧。709案的叔叔们都有杰出的表现，比如谢阳叔叔无畏的揭露酷刑，李和平叔叔在9生1死的酷刑折磨下没有认罪，没有妥协，笑对一切。这是何等的强大！李和平叔叔的笑容让我不再。
These memories caused me a great pain. And the uncles in the June 9 case have outstanding performance. For example, Uncle Xie Yang exposed the torture fearlessly, and Uncle Li Heping, under the torture, did not admit any crime, did not compromise the green and light, green and bad.
险恶的环境催生出了709案的妻子团、俏岭、文族、桂秋、深山等几位阿姨，还有我的妈妈。
And this precarious situation gave rise to a group of wife of criminal attorney of case June 9, like 俏岭、文族、桂秋、珊珊 and my mother.
为了营救落难于魔掌的律师夫君们，他们持续勇敢的抗争。他们以美丽和乐观的一面展现给世人，他们以真情与强权腐败相抗争。
To let their husbands, they continued to struggle courageously. They showed words their duty and optimism. They struggled with the dictatorship with their heart and humanity.
谢谢爸爸和709案的叔叔阿姨们，你们的苦难让我经历让我明白了什么是爱，让我明白每个人都是有使命的。爸爸，我不再埋怨你对我的苦难。爸爸，我不再埋怨您对我的陪伴不够，你有太多的放不下。这个民族仍旧被魔鬼所操控，去唤醒沉睡的人们是您的使命。
Thanks to my father and the uncles and aunts of the case June 9, your experience let me know what is love. Let me know everyone has its mission. Everyone has his solution. My father, I won't complain. You didn't accompany me enough. You have too much to worry about. This nation has been controlled by the evil. To arouse the people is your mission.
爸爸，我和妈妈支持您，爱您。我们会像和平叔叔、俏岭阿姨一样乐观坚强的生活。您是我和妈妈的骄傲。我期待拥抱凯旋而归的爸爸。
Father, my mom and I support you, love you. We were like Uncle Heping, Aunt Xiaolun, live optimistically. You are the pride of my father and myself. I look forward to embracing you, the hero coming back from the prison. Thank you very much.
I have a question.
Take a picture together. Okay. And if you have not filled out your drawing, please fill it out and give it to Lena. Lena, can you come up too? And also Tony. Huh? Oh, we still have questions.
I have a question.
Okay. All right. Any questions?
All right. Here's a question, and there's one over here. Okay, there's 2 more questions. Go ahead.
I'm curious about the stance of the Vietnamese government. Are they being paid kickbacks to turn in some of these Chinese seditious lawyers and booksellers and whatnot? Does the Vietnam government, are they in collusion with the CCP? Thailand and Vietnam, yeah.
越南政府是不是跟中国政府合作？钱
Thailand.
What is Thailand?
Thailand.
Well, applies to Vietnam.
you repeat your question, please?
Is the Thai government complicit in turning in these people because they're getting kickbacks from the CCP, from the Chinese Communist Party?
I don't think that there is a collision, but the human rights situation in Vietnam is the same in China. So between government, there is agreement to oppress people, but not there is collusion as you mentioned. I don't think so. I don't know what is going on in Thailand.
In Thailand and Cambodia and Burma, in recent months, we've seen cases where the Ministry of State Security in Beijing puts pressure on the local governments to pull back. I'm not sure it's kickbacks so much as political pressure. Certainly that was the case with Xianyang's wife.
我确实在泰国违反了泰国的法律，这是我要承认的。我非法入境，在那里非法居住。
Yeah, I admitted I kind of committed some crime in Thailand. I entered Thailand illegally.
但是他们合不合作，我确实不知道。但是我确实知道他们派了CCP 派了一个翻译与泰国警察一起来把我抓走的。
However, I have no idea if they are concluded with the Chinese government. The thing I know is so-called interpret and the letter and the Thailand police officer came to catch me, put me in the prison, put me into prison.
The Thai officer. Okay, thank you.
对你们太太们，提到您的故事跟你的经验，我非常感谢你们跟我们分享你们的经验跟你们所有所被受害。
我很感谢你的这些
I said I'm very thankful to hear your story tonight and to hear the experiences that you've had. 我想你们可能回中国，你们现在打算是要待在美国，还是你们会想回中国？如果回中国可能会有什么经验？会不会害怕回去？有可能回去吗？ And so my question is, I imagine you must fear going back to China. So what are your plans? 你们目前有打算要回去中国，还是待在美国？
我会待在美国，我和我的孩子们会一直待在美国。虽然现在他们通过各个方面希望我回国，但是我不会。
我是暂时待在美国。我在中国的时候也遭受了很多被骚扰、被监控的经历。
I experienced very much harassment and mistreatment in China.
甚至我的丈夫在2011年被关押的时候，我也被他们强制的失踪，而且被关在外面，后来关在自己的家里面。
I was forced to on vacation, to be on vacation, and put in the house arrest in 2011.
我要回到中国的话，我就随时要准备跟他们战斗的感觉。
If I come back to China, I'm prepared to struggle.
那种经历的话是让人很难受的。
That experience is extremely painful.
但是我的先生，我的丈夫在中国。
However, my husband is in China.
我 不得不回去跟我的先生在一块儿。我也非常担心，因为在我先生被判刑之前，那个警察都有威胁我，因为我声援自己的丈夫，他说你要再这样声援，我会把你关起来。
I'm very much afraid for my husband was I was arrested for my support of my husband.
我也无法预料说以后我要回国之后，我所遭遇到一些什么样的状况。但是可以肯定的是说，那个以前的被监视，被限制自由的状况还是存在。或许我会再面临更严峻的挑战，我也无法预料。
Maybe I will face more severe situation. I cannot imagine.
我也只能将自己交托在上帝的手中，求他来保守。谢谢大家。
我跟孩子是不打算回去了。
My child, I decided not to.
因为他爸爸现在还处于被秘密羁押的状态。
Her father is still in custody. In a very secret situation.
他的父亲就是我丈夫的爸爸妈妈现在是被跟踪、被监视。
My parents-in-law watch and follow.
他们只要出了他们那个村庄，就会被解返回去。
Once they allow of the village, they will be turned back.
所以我要留在美国，我要为我的丈夫呼吁。
I have to stay in the States and appear case and for my husband.
我在国外还可以呼吁，如果我回去了，就会被他们抓起来。
I can do this effectively in the United States. In China, already put in custody.
我的孩子心里会，如果是我带着我孩子回去，我孩子也会心理上会更大恐惧。
And if I return with my child, he will be in greater fear.
所以我不打算回去。
So I decided not to stay.
Can we have our participants? Tony, can you come up and we will take a final picture? And in the meantime, if you have not filled up your door prize, please fill up your door prize. This is the only way that we can notify you to come next year. 如果你们还没有填那几个抽奖，请你填了你的名字跟地址，这样我们明年可以通知你。
抽奖。我早走了。我一直想还这老头，其实我写过2次信给他。对。I'm so sorry.
赶快放呀！
Nãy không chịu mở slide sau bây giờ
James, we.
No.
Oh, okay.
He's not here.